On August 26, 2004, Jay and Marjorie celebrated their son Noah's 8th birthday with friends and family. A few days after the celebration, Jay left for a business trip to Florida, but he soon returned again, since Hurricane Francis made his trip too dangerous. On September 8, 2004, his mother, Joan Orban, called Jay to wish him a happy birthday while he was on his way home. He told her that he was driving back to Phoenix and would call her later that night when he returned and planned to celebrate the holiday. The woman waited impatiently for the call to properly congratulate her son, but he never called back. It was strange, and not like him at all. In the following days, the woman was unable to contact her son. She lived in another city, and her daughter-in-law Marjorie answered the phone, assuring her that everything was all right, but that her husband had a lot of work to do and did not have time to contact his mother. When a week passed and he still hadn't contacted her mother couldn't get in touch with him, and that's when she realized something was wrong. Marjorie continued to insist that there was nothing to worry about. Jay was on another business trip and was therefore out of touch, but that did nothing to reassure the worried mother. In the past, when Jay had been away, he'd still found time to call her. She hadn't even wished him a happy birthday, which was very important to him. But the woman was waiting. Another week passed. The mother gathered a family council and discussed the situation with her relatives. Everyone unanimously decided that it was time to sound the alarm and contact the law enforcement authorities. Then the mother called Marjorie and demanded an explanation, or she was calling the police. This is when Marjorie revealed that her husband was indeed missing. According to her, Jay had returned to Phoenix from Florida but left again for another trip, not even celebrating his anniversary, and never came back. Now her husband hasn't been in touch, and she doesn't know where he's headed. Then her mother demanded that she go to the police. Marjorie did so. On September 22nd, she called and filed a missing persons report on her spouse, or rather ex-spouse, because they were divorced at the time. Detectives asked her for all of her husband's information to put out a wanted notice, including his license plate number and documents. The woman said she would clarify them and call back, but never called the police. The investigators themselves tried to contact her many times to get the data, but she simply ignored their calls. But they eventually managed to get through. The husband was put on the wanted list, and an investigation into the circumstances of his disappearance began. Some interesting details about the relationship between Marjorie and the missing Jay came to light. Jay Orban's life seemed to be going well, but not everything was as perfect as it looked at first glance. Jay and Marjorie actually divorced back in 1998, but still lived together as husband and wife. According to Marjorie, the reason for the divorce was purely financial. The divorce was proposed by her husband, and it had to do with tax optimization.